times when you find it difficult to understand something, it's almost always because your mind has not been able to comprehend it, and it's because you have not taught your mind how to comprehend. This thing I'm saying is from years of experience of lecturing students. Okay, many times it's not that you're not smart, it's because you have not learned how to learn. Learning is a skill. On today's episode, we're going to be discussing something very unique and that will tremendously change your study journey. Have you ever tried studying something and you're just not being able to comprehend it? That is because you have not taught your brain how to understand that thing. This is where mind mapping comes in. Mind mapping. This is the ability for you to teach your mind through interconnecting terms how to understand and remember what you have studied. Mind mapping makes it possible for you to train your mind with a lot of other interconnecting terms. Train your mind on a particular topic, using several other interconnecting terms, using branches of same topic. Do you understand? Using branches of the same topic, but installing it into your brain in an interconnecting way. So how does mind mapping work? Let's say you have a topic, okay, that you have tried severally to understand and you are not being able to understand this. What do? First, make that topic, get the central part of that topic. For every topic you are taught, there is usually a central part of the topic. Get a central part of that topic. Now, get several other parts of that topic that can be called the branches. Okay? Now, when you get that topic, you get branches of those topics. Okay? Now, get a paper or a book or your jotter, whichever one. Now, place the topic, the central part of that topic, in the central part of that book or paper you have gotten. Now, bring those branches and connect it to the central part of that topic. Okay? Now, when you have connected it to the central part of that topic, you will also pick one branch and then connect other branches to those other branches. We can call them the roots. Okay? I'm going to show you an example on the screen. Now, let's say you have a topic and this topic is reproductive system, and you have been trying to understand the anatomy of the reproductive system and it's not working. What are you going to do? Get the reproductive system to be a central topic. Now, bring out branches of the reproductive system. All right, for instance, you come reproductive system, then you strike out with your pen or whatever you're using to learn. Strike out. Okay, let me teach you now using a board. Okay, good. So let's take a look at exactly what mind mapping is. Now, I said that we're going to be taking a topic and we're going to be using reproductive system as a topic. Now, you're trying to read reproductive system and you just keep forgetting some terms. What are you going to do? Mind map. So make a topic the center of what you want to do. So we have reproductive system here. Sorry, I'm going to just be cutting it short. So now, in reproductive system, what are the things we are going to be discussing? Okay, so now look at the mind map. Now, I'm using my own field to teach you mind mapping, all right? You can use your own field, history, physics, mathematics, geography, whatever your field is, okay? You can use it to get this mind map. But my field is anatomy, so I'll be using anatomy to do what? Teach you this mind map. Please pay attention, okay? Now look at this. Are you looking at this now? So we're looking at the reproductive system. You don't need to understand anatomy. You don't need to be an anatomist to understand. I'm just trying to show you how to use a mind map. I want to study all of these things. When written down can take up more than 2 to 3 pages of a full scrap sheet. Okay? But can you see how everything just stayed on one sheet? So this is a mind map. because I want to understand all of these things and I want to be able to recall them. I want to be able to easily have them at my fingertips. I look at this mind map. So when I look at this mind map, I already know that the moment I pick up a reproductive system, I'm looking at the organs associated with the reproductive system. I'm looking at the physiology of the reproductive system. That's the functions of the reproductive system. Okay, then I'm looking at the blood vessels. I'm looking at the blood vessels, all right, that supplies the various parts of the reproductive system. Then I'm looking at the clinical correlates. Okay, then I'm looking at, okay, I think that's just it. So now when I make this mind map, I try to memorize this mind map. So whenever I think of the reproductive system, what I'm seeing is the mind map. So immediately I think of the reproductive system, I immediately pick up the map in my mind. So I know that, okay, I'm supposed to discuss the organs associated with it. That's the anatomy. In the organs, I'll discuss the structures and all of this. So what I'm saying in essence is that a mind map helps you to have a central topic with branches, associated branches. Now each of the branch could also have sub branches too. Okay, so when you do this, it makes it easy for you to remember. So the topic might be very bulky, but you have succeeded in streamlining this topic into a very understandable, very easy to memorize concept. Okay, good. Now I want to tell you exactly how this mind map works. So how does this mind map work? It actually works just to simplify the context. That's how it works, to simplify any context you're studying. Okay, good. What are the things you must not do? Things you must not do when using a mind map. Things you must not do when using a mind map. First one is ensure that you do not overcrowd your mind map. Can you see how scanty this is? Don't overcrowd. Don't get it overcrowded. Remember that the mind map is supposed to simplify terms, a concept. When it becomes overcrowded, you have lost touch with the reality of what we're trying to do in the first place. So it must not be overcrowded. You have to ensure it is well simplified. Number two, don't write too many details. Don't attach so many details. Okay, over detailing is not important. Write the key detail, the key point. When you put up that key point, it becomes easy. When you study, you need to know the details, but make sure you put up key points. So don't put too much details. All right, so the third thing you need to make sure you don't do is don't write full if you now bring a full paragraph and start writing what's not the use of the mind map. So the full paragraph is not important at all. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it precise. Is that okay? Good. Now remember that a mind map is to enable you quickly recollect some of the terms, quickly recollect a concept, to enable you quickly understand exactly how to structure a concept. Okay, that's why we use a mind map. So after studying with a mind map, after creating a mind map, remember that you get your notes, you get your textbook, you get your text, anything you're working with, then you create this mind map. Now after creating the mind map, what you are now going to do is to now close the place, the jotter or whatever you created this mind map in, and then get another empty sheet and recreate more than once. We create 2 times, we create 3 times. Then at your leisure time too, other times different from the particular time you studied, it's important you also get a sheet, a book, a paper, a foolscap, a cardboard, anything, and then recreate it too at your leisure, a different time from when you studied it. I would advise get a very big cardboard or medium-sized cardboard. Recreate this mind map in that cardboard and post it somewhere you will see every day. If it's in your hostel, if it's in your room, in your dormitory, wherever you stay in your school or wherever, your lodge, put it on your notice board, put it on the wall. When you wake up in the morning, you look at this mind map, you go through it over again, then you go on with your daily activity. When you come back in the evening, you look at it again, then you go on with your activity. By the time you know it, it already becomes a picture in your mind. It already becomes a picture. When we get to the next topic, visual aids, we're going to be looking at some of those things, how diagrams are important. So we're going to be looking at how diagrams are important when we get to visual, when we start discussing visual aids. So for now, mind map is what we're looking at, and it is important you know how this mind map can aid you. Do you understand? So if this, we're going to be coming to an end of this episode, to the end of this episode right here. If you benefited, if it was really impactful, then do well to please subscribe to our channel, do well to comment, do well to like, and do well to share with your friends, your classmates, everybody that would actually need these hints and tips for their studies. Until we come your way again next week, stay safe. Bye.